This is Charles with Exodus Logistics Learning Center and the Exodus Dispatching and Associates. Um, One is a training platform and the other is a dispatching platform, um, both of which provide an opportunity for those who are seeking to um, end their 9 to 5 job, have an opportunity to work from home, be your own boss, make your own income, or at least have the opportunity to make your own income in an industry that is one of the best kept industries out here today, and one of the most overlooked industries out here today, and that is the transportation industry. Um, Transportation industry, according to this is the 2017 statistics, and it only gets a little bit better. But the nation's transportation assets are valued at about $7.7 trillion in 2016. Last I checked, it was about a $700 billion a year industry across just the land variation of the transportation industry. What that means is freight and goods and services that are being hauled on land in the tractor trailers, whether they are the drive-in trailers, the flatbed trailers, or the refrigerated trailers. So it's a best kept secret. What Exodus Logistics Learning Center provides is a teaching platform online for you to become your own boss as an independent dispatcher, where you, the dispatcher, sign up a carrier, an owner operator with their own authority, their DOT and own authority, not a company driver who works up under a trucking company, but an owner operator who owns their own tractor and their own trailer and are responsible for making their own money. So you, as an independent dispatcher, you get those carriers under a dispatcher agreement, and then you find loads for them, book those loads, and you do that for a particular percentage of the loads booked. What we do at Exodus Logistics Learning Center is to train you on how that's done, from a very basic and beginner's perspective. We teach you about the terminology, all the beginner lingo, whether it's dealing with the carriers, with the dispatch agreements, and the profiles of the carriers telling you how they want to run, to you understanding how to navigate the load boards. And a load board is a place where brokers and shippers post their loads and make them available for the carriers to try to book those loads and make money by picking those loads up from the shipper and delivering those loads to the receiver. So you are involved in that process as an independent dispatcher for that carrier. So you are the eyes and ears for the carrier while they're concentrating on driving and are running under a particular load. As a good independent dispatcher, you are looking for the next load for them. Also, too, once that carrier delivers, then you invoice that carrier for your percentage for that load. And then, of course, you're looking for their next load, so on and so forth. Your goal is to keep your carrier running for as long as they like, generating revenue, things of that nature. So, as an independent dispatcher, this is what you do. It is a work from home opportunity. It is an opportunity for you to have your own business, your own EIN number, your own LLC, whatever legal structure you want that to be. We train you on how to do the dispatching 101 from the very beginning. And that's pretty much the name of the platform that's within the Exodus Logistics Learning Center. It's called Dispatcher 101 Training for Beginners. So we give you the overall perspective of what it is to be an independent dispatcher from start to finish through Dispatcher 101 Training for Beginners. Now, once you get to a point where you are comfortable in doing that and you're ready to go out and try to get your own carriers, or we have a system in place where we have our carriers under our Exodus Dispatching and Associates side, so we can allow you to dispatch some of our carriers while you're learning that process, you're booking those loads and you're getting a percentage of that commission split from that booked load for that carrier. Until you get your own carrier, you can move loads for our carriers and then get a commission split for that while you're learning that process. And then you may come to a point where you'll say, hey, I'm comfortable with getting my own carriers. I no longer need to use your carriers. Thank you for allowing me to use your carriers. Thank you for that commission split. But I want to branch off and just, take the training wheels off, so to speak, and get my own carriers, run my own loads, make my own money. And that opportunity, that transition will be there for you. It is just a stepping stone. If you go through Logistics Learning Center to learn how to become an independent freight dispatcher, use our carriers if they are provided for you, if we have some available, or you can use the skills through the Learning Center, the Logistics Learning Center of Exodus, to get your own carriers within the Learning Center while you're still getting that training. And then you can go ahead and find loads and book loads for yourself. So Exodus Logistics Learning Center, and then the Exodus Dispatching and Associates side for dispatching. It is a work from home opportunity. It is an opportunity for you to, if you don't like where you're currently working, if you're looking for something else, other opportunities, other means, ways to form your own business, ways to generate income for yourself, not having to depend on employers and having to worry about whether you're going to have a job the next day, or going to a job that you do not like, or you're stressful about the job. This can be a potential opportunity for you to look into as a way to earn your own income while doing something that you're learning to do from a very basic perspective. Dispatcher 101 training for beginners can offer that opportunity for you. You can enroll into this platform if you are or have an interest in the transportation industry, which is one of the best kept secrets industry. If you think about it, everything that we see today, from the food that we buy in the store, from the clothes that we wear, from things that's just everywhere, from the furniture that we sit on, things of that nature, have been shipped from somewhere to somewhere. Everything that we can lay our eyes on, from our phones to our laptops to our tables to our bedroom sets, clothing, the food that we eat, at some point or another, it was shipped from one location to the next location. So that is the transportation industry. So if you think about it, it's not going anywhere. So it's a recession-proof industry. So it is also a recession-proof opportunity for you to at least consider looking into the transportation industry to see if it's an opportunity for you to take advantage of, from the area of being an independent dispatcher for the carriers, the ones who are moving those clothing items, those food products, that furniture, those phones, those laptops, those goods and services from the shipper to the receiver. So being an independent dispatcher gives you the freedom to be your own boss, set your own hours, can be relaxed, earn as much money as you want. A typical dispatcher has the potential to earn, for example, if you are dispatching, let's say you're booking a load and you're charging 10% per book load, which is probably the cap for a percentage that a dispatcher would charge. So say you have a carrier under a dispatcher agreement and you're booking them 3 loads a week, and each load is paying $2,000. Okay, this is nice round numbers. 10% of $2,000 is $200, right? And you book 3 loads a week at that amount, so times 3, so that's $600 per week for that carrier. Now say you have 5 carriers that you're doing that for, just 5, and managing 5 carriers is pretty decent. It's a pretty steady, if you could maintain having loads for those carriers, that's pretty steady. So that's $3,000 a week. Now if you are an advanced person and you can manage 10 carriers, then you just doubled your weekly income. But let's go back. Let's divide by 2. Let's just do low end numbers. Let's say you have 5 carriers, and each carrier ran 3 loads a week, $200 per. So that's 600 times 5, $3,000 per week. This is gross now. This is before taxes. Keep that in mind. Times 4 weeks in a month, times 12 months in a year. So this is gross. And that's 5 carriers over the course of a year. If you're maintaining loads for 5 carriers at that $2,000 per load times 3 loads per week per those 5 carriers, that can gross you about $144,000. Now let's take out 20%, 25% income tax, right? So let's multiply that 144,000 times 25%. So let's take out 36,000 from the 144, and these are realistic numbers. Let's go back. So 108,000. So basically 6 figures. So if you got 5 carriers that you're maintaining loads, and you're not going to start off with 5 carriers. You're going to work at 1 carrier at a time and build up to that. But as you learn how to dispatch for that 1 carrier of a specific equipment type, whether it's a dry van equipment type, whether it's a flatbed equipment type, or whether it's a refrigerated equipment type. And the reason why I say those 3 from the beginning, because those are the 3 common equipment types, or the types of tractors and trailers that the carriers or the truck drivers or the owner-operators out here today move the most freight with. So if you are maintaining 5 carriers, let's say all 5 carriers are under the same equipment type, which is typically how it's usually done, because if you get consistent at finding loads for one type of carrier, equipment type of carrier, like a dry van, then it would be easier for you to duplicate that particular process with that dry van carrier with another dry van carrier, and then keep that going up to 5. Or if you want to take a chance and switch it over from a dry van carrier and then try a reefer carrier, because maybe they're paying a higher paying rate, or a flatbed carrier, maybe they're paying a higher paying rate. You have to look at the trends of the rates that are out there for the carrier before you decide to do that. But if you learn a specific equipment type and you get good at it, then it makes a little bit more sense for you to duplicate that process with the same equipment type to get to your 5, to get to that potential 108,000 or more starting out. But Dispatcher 101 training for beginners through the Exodus Logistics Learning Center teaches you the very basics, all the terminology. We offer 3 beginner level ebooks. We offer a glossary of basic level terms. We have training videos that we record. We offer our trainings currently Wednesday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Times, and Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Times. We offer load board training. We have about 10 load boards that we provide to you through the platform if you become a member. We have a Facebook private chat group and a Facebook group, Dispatcher 101, that you can join. And it's like a mini network where we ask questions and answer questions. So it's kind of a family, but it's an opportunity for you to be your own boss and to finally leave the 9 to 5 that may be bothering you, that may not be fulfilling for you. And if you have dreams and aspirations of starting your own business, working for yourself, working from home, this may be an opportunity, at least for consideration. You can attend one of our trainings as a guest Wednesday evenings, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by going to the website www.exodusdispatchingandtraining.com, going under the Dispatcher 101 section. If you put your cursor over there, then you have this that says Live Online Dispatch Training. You click that, and it takes you to our free conference call area where you can get the details of how to log into the free conference call either through the phone, 605-472-5260, and the access code 238349 and the #, or if you're online, you click the link here to go into the free conference call, enter your name, and then click to connect, and then you're in that way. Or if you want to enroll, you go to the same area, Dispatcher 101 Training for Beginners or Dispatcher 101 through the website, and you click to enroll, and the different enrollment options will come up for you here. So if you are a veteran, this is the one-time enrollment price. If the regular single price is this price, and then I also have a 2-for-1. And then starting in August 1st, we will also be incorporating in addition to the initial enrollment, there will be a $39.99 a month subscription. So because there will be more load boards added, higher end load boards, more tools and resources that will be offered in addition to what's already offered now. So if you are in the transportation industry, already in the transportation industry, and you have aspiration to either being a dispatcher, maybe even you have a trucking company and you are like a husband and wife team, and you're the wife trying to understand how to dispatch for your husband more effectively, consider Dispatcher 101 Training for Beginners through the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, and also the Exodus Dispatching and Associates. If you have any questions, I can be reached through the website and the Contact Us area. From the homepage of ExodusDispatchingandTraining.com, you can enter your information, email, name, subject of the question, and then the message, and then hit send. And then we'll go from there. We'll reach out to you hopefully within a 24-hour time period. So again, I would like to thank you and present this opportunity for you if you are looking to try to have a work from home experience, be your own boss, in the area of the transportation industry, which is a $7.7 trillion, $700 billion a year industry. 7.7 trillion net asset of the transportation across all spaces, but 700 billion within the land area, within the tractor trailer area space, $700 billion annually. So there's enough to go around, and there's enough opportunity for those who are interested in being their own bosses and dispatching trucks as an independent freight dispatcher, independent dispatcher with carriers on an agreement, making income for yourself weekly, and then enjoying the freedom of doing that, being your own boss. So if you like that idea, look us up, and we can go from there. I'd like to thank you for your time, and you guys have a good evening. Thank you.